quiz time. How long have we been together?
I should ask you that question. Like, you asked me, like, what the heck?
I want to ask her.
Okay, I have an answer. What's your answer?
In case, I think like... Alpha Man Smart Woman is back. Jennie's here. Jennie is here.
Is that the welcome dance or?
That's right, this way too.
Oh my god, this is so lame.
You know, you are so popular on the channel. Like when
I know.
Oh, I know you know. You are definitely more popular on my channel.
Than you.
Yeah, than me, for sure. There's no doubt. When we had a video just a few weeks ago,
Yeah.
and I could see your comment, people like asking my fans, "Oh, you want Jennie back? We want Jennie back." I know we've been self-quarantined for a few weeks now, so I thought I would bring Jennie back to also kind of to cheer you up, to bring some joy into your life, right?
I hope I can do that.
Yes.
I mean, I need some cheer up too.
That's a tall order. So today we are going to talk about 6 tips on how to have a strong romantic relationship. So, quiz time. How long have we been together?
I should ask you that question. Like, you asked me, like, what the heck?
I want to ask her.
Okay,
first
I have
in
an
case-
answer. What's your answer?
In case, I think like 12 years? Something like that?
Yeah, barely past 13,
Yes.
but yeah, 12 works. Yeah.
Yeah, 13, yes, that's right. Precisely, specifically, 13 years, 2 months, and 54 seconds. That's what it is. No, almost 13 years.
Almost 13 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so I think actually...
Wait, what's the wow? Is it too long or is it too short?
It's just like it's a long time.
Oh, okay.
It's a long time. No, but a lot of the I know couple actually follow us because we work together. They know we
Yes.
work together in business
Yes.
and we see each other all the time, right? It's funny. I was reading an article talking about how now because of the coronavirus that the divorce rate is actually going up.
Going up?
Going up. So 2 things happen. So one, because some of the couples they've been in isolation, they've been separated.
You mean they go to work different places?
Different places. Like maybe they were traveling now. They like in like different places actually.
Oh.
So long time isolation, it creates, I guess, distance. So they get divorced. That's one reason. Another reason is before they go to work, now they're stuck together 24/7.
Oh yeah.
So more conflicts, more arguments, more everything. So now they want a divorce.
But isn't that like I say people saying after 10 months, like we're gonna have a lot of babies born?
It could be, I mean, because people got nothing to do.
Which way?
They just Netflix and chill all day, right? That's what happens, right? So, okay. So tip number 1 that I believe kind of share with what makes our relationship work, right? This is just what works for us, right?
Yes.
But maybe you can try some of these tips on your own and see how they work for you. So number 1, I think it's active listening. Active listening. So now because with what I do, I teach closing and sales and business, and listening is one of the most valuable skills. So I'm naturally...
So listening, you mean don't talk while the other is talking.
Yes, but also asking questions of like what are you thinking? And sometimes when I do that, now I don't think I'm naturally a good listener. I think naturally I'm not a good listener, but I'm a trained, right, listener. So I train and learn how to ask questions. But I think you are actually naturally a good listener.
I think naturally women are all better listening than men.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is, you have to teach your man the way is for them to solve the problem. Because sometimes they were saying, let's just solve the problem. Like, why do I have to listen to you? I just want to get the bottom of this so we can move on. But then instead for you to do that, you have to listen to your wife first. So if you tell your man, okay, if you want to solve this, let's do step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I know it's a very logic thing for a lot of women. This is hard, but then same time, both of you guys want to solve the problem, then you have to be patient, you have to listen to each other's stories, and also have to consider for each other's feelings. So I think listen is very, very important. So husbands, men, you gotta be patient, listen to your wife.
Yeah! And sometimes what I learn is, like I know you like to talk things out. Like when Jennie's talking, she's processing through talking.
Yes.
So she needs to talk it out. So when she's processing it, and I know, because I made this mistake in the past where I would interrupt and try to jump into like Mr. Problem Solver, right? That's what I do. I solve problems, right? But in relationship, what I noticed is, and she would tell me, okay, let me finish. Let me process my thought, because if I interrupt, she would forget, right? So that's not healthy. So I think that active listening, and listening, part of it is also asking good questions. Like asking good questions. So tell me a little bit more what is going on. Not just like that's not listening. Like active listening, it's tell me a little bit more. Like how do you feel? Why do you feel this way? Okay, what about this? What about that? I think that's almost like a guiding process, right? I think that would be the first one.
It sounds like therapy.
Right? It does sound like therapy?
Isn't it?
Okay, yeah. Little bit.
That works.
Yeah. Tip number 2 is love your parents and love their parents.
Duh.
But I think that's also more so in Asian culture.
I think strongly in Asian.
Because I think when a couple, when you are together, especially after you're married, it's not just two people like a marriage, but almost like two family marriage, right? So then I think in the Asian culture where like then same thing in Caucasian culture too, but it's your father becomes my father, my mother becomes your mother, right? The father-in-law, mother-in-law, but it's not just like father-in-law, but really it's their relationship.
Yes.
And I think respecting them, taking care of them, very, very key.
Mm-hmm.
Because you will see conflicts sometimes within a relationship where maybe the mother-in-law doesn't get along with the wife. That becomes a big problem, right?
Yes.
Or the husband doesn't get along with the father-in-law.
Yes.
That becomes a problem, right? I think loving them, actually caring about them and thinking for them, versus, because it might sound a little bit weird in the beginning. Oh, that's like, ooh, I have another dad, I have another mom, right? It feels a little bit like, but I think in our culture it's quite natural.
It is quite natural.
Right.
I think in China still there's a big percentage of families, after they get married, they live with their in-laws together.
Even in the Indian culture too, right?
Oh yeah.
Right. A lot of Asian culture where we feel like, okay, like we're supposed to take care of the elderly, right?
The elders,
and also sometimes when we have kids, right? People have kids, then it's like the grandpa, grandma taking care of the kids too. That happens as well, right? So that would be tip number 2, love their parents. Tip number 3, practice vulnerability. Now this is an interesting one because I do see some of my friends who are couples where I just found that our relationships it's quite different from theirs because I won't name names, but the couple that got divorced, that how they are almost too polite to each other. You know what I mean? It's almost too uptight. You feel like the wife, there are a lot of things that she doesn't tell the husband, and the husband a lot of things that he doesn't even bother to tell the wife. You know what I mean? Like they just, even though they've been together for many, many years, right? Over a decade.
So they still have a side of them they don't want to open up to their
Yeah, it feels very strange.
partners. Yeah.
It feels a little strange.
Yeah.
Even when they communicate with each other, it feels almost a bit too formal. You know what I mean? Like, the couple I'm talking about, right? It's a little bit too formal. I don't know why. Like with us, good or bad, but I think you know everything.
Too much.
Like my
Too
deepest
much.
secrets, my insecurities, my mistakes, everything.
Yeah,
Frustrations,
Yes.
everything.
Is under
literally,
a
I
lot
mean,
of pressures
everything,
or
everything.
Yes. Definitely not the man you see right now, but yeah.
Yes.
I guess it's the same for like.
It's a lot better. It's a lot better. Right. Anyway, cut right there. Let's edit that out. Let's edit that out. Let's edit that out. Editor, this is editing point right there.
We keep that.
Yes. Anyway, so where were we? Yes. How great I am actually. Besides on camera, right? No. So, but really, I think that being vulnerable, and I know, I think I know everything about you. You share everything about,
I don't know.
What the hell is this? Okay, this is the moment you have the WTF, like, right there. Okay, editing notes again. No, but I think I know you very well.
Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Okay, now a question. Okay, scrap tip number 3. Okay.
No. Yeah, we've been together like long enough that and then he has a very good relationship with my parents, and then so it's I don't think I have secrets.
I can see.
You can see?
I can see.
That's no
I can
good.
So that's tip. I don't know if that's tip number 3. Maybe. Question mark. Maybe
I
tip
guess
number 3.
it still goes back to communication.
Yeah. Open communication.
Open communication.
communication.
Yes.
Yeah. And but sometimes I think with us, I don't know when was the last time we actually had a major
Fight?
Yeah. We don't how often
I
we
don't
fight.
remember.
How often we fight in a year? Once?
I don't remember.
Twice? Not even that.
Yeah.
We just don't fight. I don't know how couples, they argue, they fight all the time, right? I know couples, they throw stuff at each other.
I mean, we
They
did
fight.
that when they were like 20s, but
Yeah. When we first were dating, because
Yeah.
we have the personality clash, I guess.
and also different kind of expectations.
Yeah,
for our
different
relationship.
expectations.
So-
We didn't have open communications back then. That's what's the problem, right? I thought you know what I think, and you thought I know what you think, and actually we're thinking very, very different things, right? So tip number 4, and that is physical affection. Now here's my question to you, to my audience on social media. Here's a question. How many times I kiss you every day? Tell them.
You want the truth?
Yeah, tell them.
Too many times?
How many times? Give me a number.
I don't know,
Be
like
specific.
10 times?
It's got to be more than 10 times. It's got to be more than 10. I know it's more than 10 times. How many times?
But it's always the time like when I'm just kind of in my zone, doing my thing, and then like I'm enjoying myself, and he's like, he just come and
You mean
interrupt
like
me.
you're like reading a magazine?
Yeah,
or
we're
something
like watching TVs, we're having fun by myself, or talking with my friends, and then he would just come and kiss me like,
So if you
Not now.
okay, let's say 10 times. That's like almost every hour. Kind of.
not every
Okay,
hour.
how many-
But when
okay.
you're working, you're very focused.
Yeah,
so,
when I'm working, there's no.
Yeah,
there's no.
yeah.
There's no. I don't talk to you for. how
Yeah,
many.
yeah, yeah.
Then you come kiss me usually when. Tell them the truth.
Yeah, maybe once.
It's more than
That's
once.
it.
It's more than once. Okay. How many times I hug you every day?
I think every time before we go to bed. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, more than.
More than that.
What the? Tell the truth.
Okay, that was a wrong example. Girls, you can't say that.
Okay, forget it. Forget this video. We do. No, how many? Way more than once.
I don't remember. I won't like checklist it.
No,
and then-
remember. Just take a. It's gotta be. I know it's more than once. Come on.
Yeah, like 10 times, I guess.
Okay, that's that. See, at least 10 kisses a day. At least 10 hugs a day, right? Yeah. Not once. What's this once thing? Okay, because I guess it only works when your spouse loves you
Love
very much.
it.
Yeah, if they don't love it, the 5 love language, it's not the physical touch, then it's annoying.
Yeah.
I guess is what it is.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess no, for me it's the act of service, right? For you it would be
I don't know. Physical touch? I think word of affirmation is important too.
it's a physical touch, and I gave you 10 touches, 10 hugs every day.
Okay, maybe not that one. Maybe not that
She's
one.
like, nah, once a day. What the heck is this? And he said, I don't think
Maybe
about it.
not from you.
Okay, this is official, the last episode of Alpha Man Smart Woman. Okay, this is the end. That's right.
Finale.
That 2 more tips, forget about
See
it.
you.
It's just like, I guess these tips don't really work. Is that what it is? Right? Tip number 5.
You can still keep going.
I can still keep going. I want to keep going because I
Professional.
promise 6 tips, we give 6 tips.
Okay.
So tip number 5, this we actually learned it from a friend of ours,
Okay.
which is relationship meeting.
Okay.
So once a year, the husband and wife actually get together. Not just like not so much as a date night and stuff like that. They actually get together. They don't talk about to-do lists. They don't talk about the kids. They don't talk about whatever. They should talk about. It's almost like a review. It's like a business review.
Yeah, I was just
Yes.
gonna say.
Yeah, it is like
annually,
review.
meeting.
So kind of like they go through, hey, in the last 12 months, what has been working for you? Like what do you love, what do you
Wow.
enjoy in the relationship, right? Because sometimes if you don't have an opportunity to talk about this. And also, if there's any conflict, if they could wait, they'll wait till that meeting.
That day?
Yeah, but they might say they meet at least once a year, but if there's like an emergency meeting, they would call that meeting and say, okay, but they don't fight right there. They say, well, they write it down. Because sometimes what he told me is when they write it down, after a few days, no conflict anymore.
Oh, okay.
Right, but they'll write it down. So they would then...
Just like a journal?
Yeah, it's a journal, and then they would... but this is not a blaming session, though. It's not like, oh, look at what you did wrong, all these things I hate about you. No, but it's just like, hey, you know what? These... And he said, always start with the positive. What's working in the business? In the business. In the relationship. Business. It is like a business meeting. What's working in relationship, and then, what's not working in the relationship. Like, some things that's not working, and they will bring it up. And then third, it's what they could do together as a couple to improve.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. And they would say they would spend a few hours just talking about that. And then it's almost like a review of like, just because they're together, this is what he told me precisely. Just because they're together, that it doesn't mean like they don't want to be together out of obligation.
Oh, not because they're getting married?
Not because they are married. Not because of they've been together for a long time.
Yes.
It's, hey, do we still love each other? Do we still want to be together? That's that. And they have a promise to each other. If ever they're going to talk about divorce, they're not going to talk about it outside of that meeting.
Oh.
So if they're going to talk about divorce, they have the annual meeting, they're going to talk about that at that. So then they kind of ask, hey, do you want to renew, almost like a renew
the contract?
Another year, right? It's like, okay, everything is good. Or like, I don't like these, you got to make these changes. Yeah, and here's what we could do as a couple. I think it's a very powerful exercise. Because I think you notice couples, especially the friends that we know, they have problems because they don't have an outlet. To talk about this, and with kids and everything that's going on, they're just busy. They don't talk about it, right? So I think that's pretty important. I think that's a pretty good tip. Now that's a good tip.
Yeah, and then they really focus on the two of them, but not everything else.
Not everything else.
So that would be the once a year, the time like I would just focus on you, just want to listen to you. Remember we talked about the other tips. Listen to you, communicate and open, being vulnerable, and then talk to you and then asking you, is there anything I can improve? Should we keep going? Yes. I respect that. That takes a lot of encourage to do that.
And I think it's a good habit. They just block it out, they're gonna do that.
And they've been married for how many years?
Ooh, a long time. I think remember, it's got more than a decade. Because I think they were high school sweetheart.
Oh my God.
So they've been together a long time.
Wow.
And they have two kids?
Yeah, 2 kids.
Yeah, 2 kids. Yeah. So, yeah. And it works. And I think very much, when I say still very much in love. Very passionate. A lot of physical touch.
Yes.
Right? Yes. That the wife appreciates. That the husband does 10 times, 20 times a day. But she doesn't.
Okay, what's tip number 6?
Number 6 is to practice playfulness.
Okay.
I think we have actually a very playful relationship.
Yeah, I think they can see that.
Yeah, I think we have a very, like we tease each other, we don't take it personally. Right? I don't take it personally. Right? If I do.
You don't?
No, I don't. And to demonstrate that we have a playful relationship. So I was working in the office and Jennie was sitting across the table. Like, I'm very focused. I'm working, I'm doing my thing. And she was like writing something on a piece of paper. And I'm like, oh, what are you doing? I thought she's jogging down something important, okay? And she looked at me, she was jogging. And then she said, I'm drawing a picture of you. I said, oh, all right. Okay, make it look nice. Well, I'll let you be the judge. I'll let you be the judge. Does that look like me? Seriously?
Come on, that is Dan Lok, right
What the
there.
hell?
Look at this. Look at this.
What
Look
the
at
hell
that. Look at that.
is this? That doesn't look like me, okay?
Dan Lok,
There is
right there.
nothing looks like me at all.
From Jennie Lok.
And this is your Picasso piece.
No, this is not Picasso.
No, this is the first drawing ever you drew.
Of any human.
And then I said, okay, this is like so ugly, and I said, I'm gonna
Trash
I'm
it.
gonna trash it. And she doesn't allow me to trash it. Not only she doesn't allow me to trash it, I have to put it on next to my vision board.
Vision board.
This is right on my freaking vision board. I look at this every
In
day.
the center. Yeah.
If I look at too much of this, I might become like this.
There's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you still got
what's
big brain.
with the eyes?
But that's your eyes.
That's not my eyes. You comment below. How is this my eyes? Look at my eyes. This is not my eyes. Okay, look at my lips. That's not my lips. This guy has no.
Okay, there's love.
Okay.
Can you see there's love?
There's
Because
no
I
love.
use red, not black.
Okay,
not blue.
red also stands for alarm, emergency, and stop.
No. It's,
Okay,
it
and
stands
look,
for
look,
romance,
okay,
not love.
look at the mouth. There's no mouth. There's a hole. There's no lip. That's just a hole. That's it. There's nothing. And every single time you walk by, you look at this and you just laugh at. You laugh at me or laugh at him. Oh, you admire your piece. You admire your piece.
I'm my piece.
That's right. That's right. So those. Okay, you comment below. I'll let you be the judge. So those are the 6 tips to have a stronger romantic relationship, and 2 apparently kind of don't work that well. I don't even know. Comment below which tip you're gonna implement in your life. Now, if you want Jennie to be back, you want more of Jennie, and I think you do, make sure you comment below, give her a likes. You know, if you ever, I know you don't want to, but if you ever start a YouTube channel, I think you would be very popular.
I think so too, because I like to talk a lot.
Yes. And you like makeup.
I do.
But she saw how hard it is to consistently produce good content, like for the fans and audience.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, maybe that's not what I want to do.
Yeah.
She prefer to be behind the scenes.
Actually, the team, like our team,
Yeah.
Dan Lok, a lot of people say, Jennie, you should start your own
I don't even know why I'm
Instagram."
holding this. It's stupid. I don't why am I holding this for? Anyway, behind every man there is a smarter woman.